Hi Robert, we're here at 6164 Kangaroo and I'm just panning around the yard for you right now. As you can see, it is already fenced. I know that's important to you. Just kind of panning around the front yard before I head inside. The house appears to be in great shape. I just walked through the entire home and as you'll see, it's been very well taken care of. Or it appears to be very well taken care of, I should say. It's a little windy, and we have a dachshund that may bark here and there, but all in all, I think you will enjoy seeing this home based on what we saw together, what you liked and what you didn't like. You slow down as we walk up toward the front. The roof appears to be in very good shape. I don't see any issues with the soffit, with the gutter, or anything like that. The front entry, front porch I should say, is tiled. I don't know if you have a lot of love bugs out where you are right now, but in Brevard we have quite a few these days. So we have a very nice front entry here. We're now going to step inside. And as you see, when you walk in the front door, you look out on the pool, and turning to my left, actually let me just kind of pan out first. There are some nice architectural features in the home. As I pan to the left, we have a formal dining room. You can see the crown molding up on top. And here is something you don't often see, but we have an opening here that lets in some natural light. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. We have 3,364 square feet living, a total of 4,807. I'm now turning to my right, and you can see that we have the formal living room. I'd also like to point out this floor. I don't know what kind of a wood it is. It appears to be a real wood, not a laminate. It looks like a cherry, and it is found throughout most of the home, and it seems to be in great shape. Very nicely done. The entire house, I think, is very nicely done. So we are going to turn to our left first. We're going to walk toward the kitchen. You can see we have either 10 or 12-foot ceilings throughout the home. Here we have an eat-in area. With a built-in office area. So as I turn to my left, you'll see that the kitchen has some very nice granite countertops. It does have an island. We have stainless appliances. And again, if you hear a dog barking, that is the dog that lives here. That is not a neighbor's yard. It's very quiet out here, with the exception of their dog. Now going to turn to my left and show you just a couple quick things. Here we have a pantry that is basically a walk-in pantry. It's very deep, lots of shelving. On the left here we have the full-size washer-dryer, which I guess you would find in many homes, but I've been looking at a lot of condos lately, so I'm calling them full-sized because not all condos have full-size washer-dryer. Here we have the door to the garage that we'll go through in just a moment, but on the right here we also have a coat closet. Now, walking out to the garage, we have a finished, well, not a finished floor, but a painted floor. It is a 3-car garage, and you also have the door that goes outside. And actually, I didn't check this door before I started the tour. This goes to a separate storage area. Well, not so much a storage area. Yeah, there's some storage in here. It's where we have the hot water heater and the air. It appears to be in good shape. I don't see any mold or mildew or any other discoloration on the ducting. So, lots of space. It's a very deep garage. I don't know how deep it is, but I would guess, based on the cars, at least 25 feet. And that's a boat. I mean, it's a tall boat, so lots of room. And, just so you know, without spinning too quickly there is attic access as well. I don't know how much storage is up there, but there appears to be some space up there. So, we are now walking through the kitchen, coming from the garage. Walking through this breakfast area. To the right we have the front entry, the hallway in the center there leads to the bedrooms, where we'll go in just a minute. But just to give you an idea of where in the house we are. We're now walking into what they're using as a music room. And I'll show you a quick look at the pool. We'll go out there in a few minutes. But you can see it's a covered porch area, and then it's screened in the back. So we have a sitting room here, which I think they are considering or calling a bedroom. It has the double door entry. It has doors out to the porch, and it has a closet, so I'm thinking they are considering this a bedroom based on it saying there are 4 bedrooms and there are only being 3 that are set up as bedrooms currently. So this could be a bedroom. This could actually be part of the bedroom. It could even be part of mother-in-law suite, possibly. There is a full bath in here. So you've got the walk-in shower, you've got sink, commode, and then the pool bath door. And we have pocket doors for this double door entry. We're now looking at the kitchen, as I'm sure you can tell. I don't need to point that out for you. The countertop here is granite, and it matches the granite in the sink, in the kitchen. So I don't think I showed you the formal living yet, so let's take a look in here before we move on. And like the formal dining room, this also has the window that lets in the light. So we're now back at the front door. We're going to take a look at this family room, which you can see has the recessed lighting, high ceilings, looks like it's wired for surround sound. And I don't know if you can tell just from watching this, but this house is very clean. I don't know if that is high on your list of requirements, but it appears to be very well maintained and cared for. I would imagine if there isn't any dust in the cracks or the corners, they are probably pretty good about changing out filters, maintaining systems, things of that nature. In fact, just looking up here, I don't even see any dust on the air intake there, so that's always a good sign. I don't see any cracks, so on and so forth. We're now at the master bedroom. So as you walk in, you can see it has the recessed lighting, crown molding. I don't have the dimensions for the room, but it is large. So that's a huge sleigh bed, and you can see that there's plenty of room for large nightstands on either side, as well as a full-size chair for sitting. We have a desk here. The view from the master bedroom looks like this, and I see that we have a summer kitchen out there too. So as I turn to my right, we are now going to walk into the master bathroom. And you'll notice let me show you the bathroom, just an overview, and then I'll show you that the walk-in closets, there are two of them, and they are walk-in closets, are right behind me at the moment. So let me spin around to show you. We have his closet, plenty of space, lots of computer stuff. And then her closet. Lots of room there. We have a double vanity. This would appear to be his side. I'm calling it his side because here we also have the vanity area. Here's a look at the cabinets that are in the bathroom. We have the tub in the center, and we are going to walk through the shower. So we have the glass block wall here, some nice features in the shower itself. Here we have double shower head. More cabinets. Here's a look at the lighting. And then we have some privacy right here. So the commode has a door. So that is a look at the master bathroom. We're now just going to pan through the master bedroom quickly before we move on to the other bedrooms. So we've just left the master bedroom. This is a basically a linen closet right here. And here we have the guest bath and the two bedrooms and a second closet area with a second hot water heater. So the guest bath has a double vanity and a large tub shower. And when I say large, I'm meaning that the door is pretty tall. I mean that the tub itself is pretty standard size. And then to my right we have yet another linen closet. So, going into the first of the two bedrooms on this side of the house, we have a large mirrored closet door here. Yeah, as I look around, I don't really see much that would have to be redone. I think you might need to do some touch-up painting. The carpets are not brand new, but they appear to be in decent shape. I don't see any stains, I don't see any wear patterns or anything like that that I typically look for. A good steam cleaning would probably bring them back to life. You know, it's always hard to say when there's furniture here, but overall it looks like everything's in good shape. And then on my right here we have, I wouldn't call it exactly a walk-in closet, but there is some depth to it. Probably, 5 feet deep. So that pretty much takes care of the interior. I'm now going to walk back through the house, down the hallway, again showing you this nice floor. I have been keeping an eye on it as I walk through, and even though they have a dog, I don't see that it has been scratched by the dog's claws at all. Again, here's the front entry. Going to turn to my right, hopefully not so quickly that it makes you dizzy, so we can head out into the back. And we may catch a glimpse of my dad, who came up with me. My parents were over at the house visiting, and he thought he'd like to check the house out, so we'll see we catch a glimpse of him. But we're taking a look at the house. I don't know if this is hardy plank or not. It appears that it could be hardy board. Yeah, it's hard to say. It doesn't exactly sound like it, but it's not vinyl. But everything else in the house is done so nicely that I wouldn't be surprised if it is. So here we have the summer kitchen. This is the door to the first bedroom that we were visiting that's kind of being used as a sitting room or a television room right now. That was right off the music room. Again, you can see there is quite a bit of yard here. It is fenced. Although I don't think I see a fence along the back side there, so you might need to run fence along one length of the yard. So I will walk out to the backyard, just kind of pan around for you, and that should give you a good idea of what the house looks like. I know that we spent some time looking at AC units and pool pumps, so I'm actually going to walk over to those right now. Well, here's the pool pump at least. So here's a look at the side of the house. Some old fruit trees that may be coming back to life. Yeah, and there is a small fence here, and we do have a canal behind the home. The pool appears to have solar heating. And I'm just walking around to the air conditioning units so you can take a look at those. Here are the garage doors. And here's the driveway. So they don't look brand new by any stretch of the imagination, but they look like they have some life left. There's your irrigation pump. And there's the dog that we heard throughout the video, keeping the house safe. And this appears to be some kind of yard equipment. So, we have just taken a look at 6164 Kangaroo. If you would like more information about this house, you have our number. Thanks for giving us a call, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thanks for watching.